Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Bank Shot Breakdown. We're going to go over 5 college basketball games for Friday, March 21st, 2025. Now if you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Put your college basketball picks in the comments section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, including my Bank Shot best bet in college basketball, that's my top play in college hoops each day, you can find those at the Premium Picks tab at pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alrighty, here we go. Here are the games for Friday in college hoops. First up, we'll go to the 14-3 matchup in the South region between Lipscomb and Iowa State. This one is going to be 1:30 Eastern. It's going to be on TNT. Now, we know Iowa State's going to be without one of their best players in Keyshawn Gilbert. He is injured, and that's 13 points per game, 4 assists per game, a few rebounds per game as well, that you're out of the lineup now for the Cyclones. This is a deep team, but this is also a Lipscomb team that played great basketball in the ASUN this season. They're a dangerous dog because they're an excellent shooting team, especially from the perimeter. They're top 10 in free throw percentage. They do a good job of taking care of the ball. They're also a strong defensive rebounding team. They're disciplined defensively. I mean, Lipscomb, I do think their defense struggles a bit against a Big 12 team like Iowa State, but I think this is way too many points to be giving a team like Lipscomb. I think this is going to be a competitive game, a game decided by single digits. So give me Lipscomb in this one, plus the points. Next up, we'll stay in that South region as we see the 10-7 matchup between New Mexico and Marquette. This one is 7:25 Eastern. It's going to be on TBS. Now, the Mountain West has just not played very well in the tournament in recent years, especially against the spread. We saw San Diego State get crushed in the first 4 games. Now, we've mentioned many times we didn't think San Diego State should be in the tournament. I think New Mexico's a much better team. I think Boise State was even a much better team than the Aztecs, but I still don't love their chances, New Mexico's chances, in this matchup against Marquette. Marquette definitely, I would say, had a disappointing season. To be a 7th seed. I mean, going into the year, they were 22nd in KenPom. They were, pretty experienced team. Even though they lost a few key contributors, you bring back Cam Jones. He's still a top 10 college basketball player. To finish with a 13-7 conference record and only make it, 1 game into the conference tournament. You had 1 win in the conference tournament. I would say disappointing regular season, but doesn't matter. Now you're in the tournament. You can make up for it here in the big dance. I think Marquette makes a mini run here. I think Marquette, good turnover team. They force a lot of turnovers. They take care of the ball. I don't love the fact they're not a great rebounding team. It's been an issue for them, in recent years. And New Mexico could certainly find some second chance opportunities. But New Mexico, I just don't think good enough shooting team to keep up for 40 minutes. They're a very fast-paced team, strong defensively, well coached, but one of the worst free throw shooting teams in the country, which certainly shows up in a close game like this. Not an excellent three-point shooting team. Also not a great three-point defense, and they give up a fair amount of their points on the perimeter. That's an issue. I mean, Marquette, their percentage this year from 3 was not great, but they still take a ton of threes per game. That could be an issue for New Mexico. In this one defensively, I'm going to go Marquette and lay the points in this one. Next up, we have Akron and Arizona. This one is the 13-4 matchup in the East region. Now, Akron, I would honestly look towards the Zips in the first half in this game. I take them in the full game as well, but Akron has had such strong starts to games, and we saw in the MAC tournament that was definitely the case, and even in the regular season, we would see Akron just start on fire from the perimeter in certain games, and sometimes they didn't play as well in the second half, like that game against Toledo on March 4th. They had a 20-point lead at halftime on the road in that ball game because they were just red hot from the perimeter. And the second half, they kind of slipped away defensively. They weren't as sharp, and that game got pretty close late. So for me, I think Akron, great shooting team. I think when you look at their pace of play, they can certainly keep up with Arizona for 40 minutes, but especially the first 20. I think Akron is going to be competitive in the first half at the very least. I look for them to also, by the end of the game, cover the number. I don't think they win this game outright, but they're getting a ton of points in the full game, so I would lean that way as well. But we don't really take a lot of first halves on the Bank Shot Breakdown. This is one I actually like. I'm going to take Akron the first half. Next up, it's Oklahoma and UConn, the 9-8 matchup in the West region. UConn's actually a pretty sizable favorite in this game. Total is in the high 140s. I think UConn wins this game. I think they cover the number. I think this is a team, we obviously the 2-time defending national champions, but they're also a team that had a disappointing regular season, disappointing Big East tournament, but still a lot of talent, one of the best coaches in college basketball. They're being underrated. They're not being talked enough about a potential upset in the second round, in my opinion. I think if they, see the Gators in the second round, it's going to be a very, very good game. I think UConn matches up well with the Gators, and I like their chances to get by this first round. I think Oklahoma, you give them credit for picking up enough late wins in the regular season and the conference tournament to get your spot in the big dance. This was a team that went on a couple of long losing streaks in SEC play, a 4-game skid in January, a 5-game skid in February, but they were able to, even though they had a losing record of 6-12 in the SEC, that just goes to show you how strong this conference was, that you could have a 6-12 conference record and still be a 9 seed, not even a play-in seed in this tournament. But Oklahoma's resume, they started the season 13-0. They had some big wins: Arizona, Louisville, some tournament teams, Michigan. So I give them credit, but they're just not strong enough, in my opinion, in this game. I don't think they match up well. I'm going to go with UConn and lay the points. Next up, we have Liberty and Oregon. This one is going to be 10:10 Eastern on True TV. I've learned not to underestimate Dana Altman in these tournaments, especially the early rounds, the first few rounds. He's had less talented teams go on much bigger runs in this tournament than just a win here. I like the Ducks' chances. I think they match up well. I think it's a reasonable price. Liberty on the other side has a great record on paper. They won a pretty competitive Conference USA this season. I give them credit for that, but shot quality-wise, not the strongest team. For me, they're going to have to hit a ton of threes, and they've done so this year. They're a great three-point shooting team. They take a lot of threes, but Oregon is a strong three-point defense. They're top 65 in the country, but beyond that, they just don't give up too many three-point attempts in general. Most of the points that they're giving up are via 2-point field goals in the paint. I don't think Liberty can play that game. I think Oregon's offense will be fine. I'm going to go with Oregon and lay the points in this one. And that's it. Those are the games for Friday in college basketball. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Put those college basketball picks in the comments section below. And again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. As always, this is Romanelli. Good luck.